President Obama's terror policy is being questioned tonight by many Americans concerned about what could happen here. Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry has that part of the story tonight.
President Obama today wanted to keep the focus on proposing free community college for millions of students without a way to pay for it to a campaign-style crowd. The images a sharp contrast to the horror in Paris, which got a passing mention from the president.
We're hopeful that the immediate threat is now resolved, thanks to the courage and professionalism of the French personnel on the ground. But the French government continues to face the threat of terrorism and has to remain vigilant. The situation is fluid.
Perhaps more interesting is what the president did not mention at all, which specific steps he's taking to protect America. In an interview that will be broadcast this weekend on Fox News Sunday, Joint Chiefs Chairman General Martin Dempsey walked a fine line with Chris Wallace, acknowledging that while the administration is working overtime to try and protect the homeland, there's still angst about whether it will be enough to prevent attacks.
What we try to do across this this swath of radical extremism that stretches really from the Fatah, and I suppose we might say all the way over to Nigeria. We try to keep pressure on that network with the suite of capabilities that we have, whether it's intelligence, building partners, in some cases direct action.
Do we need to do more?
Well, I think so, absolutely. But that's not to imply we're not doing enough, if you understand the distinction there. We're doing a lot.
Republicans charge the president does not have a coherent policy to battle Islamic terror, and releasing detainees from Guantanamo may make it worse.
Those terrorists are not on the run. They are being strengthened. That cancer has metastasized. So this isn't like you can, put radiation and kill a tumor and we're done with this thing. This is a cancer that is metastasized around the world.
In fact, one of the terrorists in France was trained in Yemen by al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, even though just 4 months ago the president held up Yemen as a successful part of his counter-terror approach.
The strategy of taking out terrorists who threaten us while supporting partners on the front lines is one that we have successfully pursued in Yemen and Somalia for years.
Meanwhile, in Nigeria, up to 2,000 people were killed by Islamic extremists. Amnesty International says this is the worst attack in the history of Boko Haram. The bottom line is they killed mostly women, children, and the elderly, who simply could not outrun the Islamic extremists, Brett.
Unbelievable. 2,000. Ed Henry, live in the North Lawn. Ed, thanks.